Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Maria and me, Lucia. Welcome.
Hi, guys. Welcome to our podcast and the next episode. And as we said last time, each of us is choosing a topic for another episode, and one of us is surprised by the topic. And today, Lucia chose a topic for us. So let's see about what we are gonna talk.
So today I have chose the topic focus or lack of focus. How we can manage multiple things in the same time, or is it good to manage many things in the same time, or is it not good to manage all the things in the same time? It's more a question and something that we can explore together. So, what do you think, Maria? Is this something that relates to you?
Oh yeah, definitely. This is a really good topic for both of us because the amount of things that we are both doing is so crazy that sometimes I am lost in all the project side topics, and still I think we try or we stay focused. Or
It's important to stay focused, but sometimes it's like, do you know how to switch the button on becoming focused? Because for me, I had a lot of struggle with this before. I am getting very easily distracted by social media, by calling someone, by another message,
Yeah.
by starting doing something, and after that, seeing an email popping. I was like, oh, okay, I'll reply there. Or someone comments there, and I'm like, oh, I'll reply there. For me, it's very, very complicated to
Yeah.
get focused. So now I'm having more of a harsh conversation to myself when I sit down. A recent example is today morning. I had to do some to-do list things. And I sit down on the table and I was like, you are not leaving this table until you do this.
Yeah, and this is really good that you did the to-do list. So this is something that I am also always doing, but I do the to-do list for the whole week, but also for the whole
Nice.
day.
Oh, cool.
And then if I do the to-do list for the whole week, I'm also choosing the days when I want to focus on something from the list. So I know that, okay, today we have Monday, and the main project for Monday is, for example, our podcast. So also on the to-do list, I put something like the mark that this is the most important thing, and I block a time for this thing, but I also block another hour for this topic, as I know that sometimes this just might takes longer. So definitely I do the to-do list for the whole week and for the whole day. And every day before starting the day, I review the to-do list from the previous day.
That's amazing. I
To
don't do it.
yeah, to see if I did everything from the list. And if I didn't, then I question myself why I didn't do this. And do I have to do this today, or it's not so important, so I can move it to another day or another week, which is not that good because then at the end of the week I have list of tasks that I should do but I didn't do. So we will probably come to this part as well.
But it's like for you, is it easy for you to focus and like sit down and do it?
It's not so easy to start, but I always block myself, for example, 1 hour for a task, which is not that long, or half an hour. And then I switched off all the notifications.
Oh, nice. This is a good tip, guys.
Yeah, this is really good tip. So, for example, if I am writing an ebook and I know I want to have 1 hour of focus, then I switched off all the notifications. People can text me, but I don't see it. I close my inbox on the computer, Instagram, and I just write. But of course, it's not easy to focus. But at least with turning off all notifications, you can force yourself to the state of focusing.
A very good tip about this with the
Yeah.
social media, closing it down and making it all shut down and just
Yeah.
focus on the things. You don't procrastinate? Is it
I
this
do.
is this is another problem of mine.
I do, especially when I think that the task is difficult and it's gonna take me long, then I procrastinate. But once I started, I see, okay, it wasn't that difficult and I shouldn't procrastinate. But I unfortunately procrastinate as well. So it's not that I have a list of things and I just do them.
No, I have the same problem of hard decisions. I have a problem of like when I have to give feedback to someone
Yeah.
or take a decision on someone or just something hard to communicate that might be going not in the right positive direction. I have problems with this. It just makes me crumble. I'm like, no, I'm not doing this today. Maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, I have the same feeling when I have a difficult decision to make.
Yeah.
Or a good example from today, I have a video to send to the company which I don't like, but
I love it.
but the deadline was today, so basically, or a week ago, so I do not have time to correct the video. And I was procrastinating the whole weekend. I didn't send them the video on Friday, which I should because I didn't change anything from Friday till today. But I just procrastinated because I was afraid to hear the feedback from them.
See, same problem. Like
Yeah.
we are just losing time sitting in
Yeah.
this loop of not taking a decision and actually going through this.
Yeah.
And this is one thing that I'm trying to get better at. I'm trying to get better at sitting down and doing these hard tasks and trying to, for example, today I had to post on LinkedIn because I didn't post for
I saw it.
the last months.
I didn't have time to comment, but I will do this.
No, but
guys, go and comment.
I had to do this because it was sitting in my head for the last weeks, and I was like, I have to get this into my hands. I have to get more social on LinkedIn, and I need to do this. So I sit it down today, and I was like, I don't want to write this. Why do I do this? Just all the things in my head. But I sit it down and I just start writing. I was like, I'm gonna write it. The first post will gonna be maybe shitty, but I know that after that I might write 2 more posts, which are gonna be great. Which actually happened. So I scheduled something more for this week, which I'm very proud of.
You see, once you start and you see,
Exactly.
okay, it's not that difficult. I don't know why I procrastinated, but it somehow goes once you start.
And it's a pity that, for example, of your example and my example, we lose time.
Yeah. And I did the same. So sometimes in my calendar, I make notes for myself. And then with this video, I told myself, it's just a fucking video, sorry, on Instagram. And basically no one cares. Like, of course, there are people that care about it, but you just post to learn to post better. And it's same with LinkedIn. You do one post, maybe it's not perfect, but another one is gonna bring you one step not away, closer.
It's funny because my second post on LinkedIn is about progression and mistakes, but how without mistakes and without actually starting doing something, taking some actions, we cannot do mistakes, so we cannot progress.
Yeah,
it kind of
this
becomes
is also really smart.
It becomes a chain. So if we don't do anything, we never do mistakes or we never learn, and we cannot grow. It's like a vicious circle, something like this. If you are always afraid, you'll never start. If you never start, you might never fail, or you might never succeed.
Yeah.
So
that's why we should just do and not procrastinate. But one thing with focusing, I remember we had some working sessions, and this is really helpful when I can sit with someone and the person next to me is also working. And for example, we have break for coffee or a chat, but we tell each other, okay, now we do half an hour focus without talking. And if someone wants to talk, then another person should shut you down and tell you, no, we do not talk at the moment. We'll talk in 25 minutes.
We work. It's like corporate life. No.
Yeah.
No, it's not like corporate, but it's something like this. Sometimes you need to put boundaries and to need to put rules.
Yeah.
And to be honest with yourself that you have to keep these rules.
Exactly.
You should not say, we're gonna do this today and after that
And the one thing that helps me as well is getting out from my house and my space. So this is maybe not a really good habit, but I need to go to a coffee place to work.
For me, it does not have any effect. Sometimes even when I go to a coffee place, I get much more distracted.
Yeah, this is also
This is for me personally.
It's interesting that we have different size of work, and this might be helpful for you guys as well to just figure out if you prefer to work alone at home where you have a quiet space, or in a coffee place where it might be a bit louder. But for example, I don't cook, I don't clean, because I don't have the distractions that I have at home.
Exactly. For me, it is sometimes the context does not matter. I was sitting today at my kitchen table and I was like, I have to do this. And I am doing this no matter what. So I have to do this. It's like sitting with a knife on my neck.
Now is the time.
Yes, because as I said, I was like, I'm not coming. We meet at the studio. I have something to do. I need to finish this post.
Because I texted you in the morning if you want to work, and you were like, no, let's meet at the studio. And I was like, okay, then now I have time because I knew that we are seeing each other, which is also good to have this schedule of the day that you know, okay, now I have 2, 3, 4, 6 hours of work because after there is a training, there is a meeting, there is something coming.
No, this is very, very important when you have a self-employment or you're a freelancer or you have to manage your time by yourself. And you have to organize your time by yourself, which needs a structure. You cannot just wake up in the morning and see how the flow goes.
If I have a mood to work today, because of course days with a mood to work are not always and not every day.
Exactly.
And it's like in a normal job, you sometimes don't want to work, but you still have list of tasks to do.
Exactly. And what I observed for me is the start. I think you also mentioned this. The first moment of just starting and actually writing the first paragraph or sitting down and writing this email or corrected that or editing something, you have to just start.
Yeah.
Because after that somehow it works out. After that you get this motivation or you get this flow that you wanna continue work and you wanna go through with it. But the first moment of just making the first step, usually it's very, very hard. And that means, in my head, that means that you have to convince yourself, and you have
that it's just 5 minutes, for example. I will just do this for 10 minutes, or I will just start and see how it goes. And if I don't have a mood, then I will not do this today.
Exactly.
But the truth is, once you start, probably you will maybe not finish it, but at least you will go a bit longer and farther than 5 minutes.
And it's beautiful when you have a satisfaction mood that you have done something and you have achieved something and your one thing from your to-do list is done and checked.
Yeah.
It's actually amazing. It feels so, so good.
Yeah. And what I also decided to do is I decided not to have 1 hour break during the day for my private stuff like workout or checking social media or texting or dating. But I decided it can be just 1 hour and I can choose, like, it can be longer, of course, if I am done with my work. But let's start first with work and then have something for myself.
You have to, it's like, you have to give yourself a treat.
Exactly.
Or it's about, I'm thinking about an experiment like this when you are, I might say something stupid right now when you are
there are no stupid things in this podcast.
Training the animals, training the dogs.
And you are giving them the treats. Yeah,
Exactly.
after
you receive a treat, so you get yourself, I deserve
it.
Exactly.
But it's also like with us, if I go to the coffee place, I tell myself, okay, I will have a nice coffee and maybe cheesecake, but let's do this most annoying task of the day. And also, if I know that I like to start my day with trainings in the morning, then I will just start my day with a training and not push myself to work at 6 a.m. if I know that I would prefer to go to the swimming pool at 6 a.m.
I think it's important to make your work pleasant.
Yeah.
Which means that you need to have some balance.
Yeah.
You need to have some things that makes you happy, combined with some things that you don't want to do.
Exactly.
Because when this happens, life becomes easier, and your day becomes easier. So you don't do just just the things you don't like, and your mood does not go down.
Yeah.
But opposite, it goes up once you're doing something that you like. And after that gives you motivation to continue going and to do the things that you actually enjoy doing, or do the things with a different type of attitude. Because going back, everything that we do or how we do it depends on us and on our perspective. If you say that something I don't like, then you won't like it, but you might treat your mind in a different way. It's like perspective of handling the things.
Yeah, I don't like it, but okay, I will do this.
Yeah.
Because I know it's important and it's gonna help me with my future grow or with my company or with my business or whatever is important
Or
for you.
I get a candy after this. So at
Yeah.
least this makes me happy. So
Yeah.
I do this because I want to eat the chocolate without
Exactly.
feeling guilty.
And of course, we often say that you don't have to deserve for a chocolate or for a candy, but you have to play with your mind somehow and sometimes. And this is important to see the difference between like really deserving something and just pushing yourself to do stuff that you don't like. I hope it makes sense.
It does. I think it's more like becoming the best version of yourself. And in order to become this version, you have to do some things which you don't like, or to change your character and to change your mind.
It's like with a training. I don't want to train for my marathon, for example, and I have days when I really don't want to go to the training, but then I think, okay, marathon is 42 kilometers, and today I just run 6, so it's nothing. And after running 6, I will come back home, take a shower, and watch one episode of my favorite series, or read a book, or call my friend. So during this training, which is so painful for me, at least I'm thinking about something nice that is waiting for me.
Exactly. You train yourself. Yeah. Train yourself to find the joy in the things we need to do. Because life cannot be made just from things we like doing. Because unfortunately, it just does not work like this. We have to put the effort into doing the things we don't like in order for us to become stronger and to become, for example, for my example of the decisions, hard decisions, I have started doing this in my life and taking more harder decisions, which are sometimes negative, which I don't like, and it's hard for me to overcome as I am very emotional. I have done it once, it was hard. I have done it twice, it was hard. Third time doesn't feel so bad. Yeah. Now I'm actually feeling okay. So I think if I continue like this, I might put this task on my list that is just another task without any attachments of negativity or attachments of burden or something. It's just something that I need to do, and that's it. It's like you are overcoming.
That's a really good approach, I would say. Because if you have a list of things and you constantly think, oh my gosh, I hate it, I don't want to do this is boring, this is difficult, then it's gonna be boring and difficult.
Exactly. It's just until you do it once, twice, and after that you see that it's not so difficult once, and second, you can overcome it. You can overcome your emotions, or you can overcome your mind. If your mind is telling you that it's something very, very hard, once you are doing it, you kind of show to your mind that you can do it. So it's not so hard. It's just training. Everything in life is about training and practicing and doing it more and more times. If you want to become good at something, as you are doing marathons and running, so you have to run. It just makes sense. You cannot be good at running if you don't run. Yeah. It's just doesn't work like this.
And it's with everything. You
Yeah.
have to, like, if you want to be good at something, then of course you have to do things that you don't like, or
Exactly.
when you don't have mood or you just feel like not doing them, then you still need to push yourself out of your comfort zone.
Exactly. It's just more about doing and not thinking so much
Yeah.
rather than avoiding it. When you avoid it, it will always stay with you. It will always stay like not about it's how to say I forgot.
I wanted to like finish your sentence,
Tell me,
but
it's like a when you regret.
yeah, regret. I was thinking about the same word but couldn't find it.
It's like it will always stay inside as a you regretting doing this, but you want to do this, but you feel like you can't, but at the same time you can.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my goodness, this battle inside your mind, it might take so much energy and also time. For example, with your video for today, you lost 2 days.
Yeah.
So now the company might be like, oh my god, she broke the deadline, she took it until the end.
Yeah.
Or my case with LinkedIn, I posted once in January and now I'm coming back in
After
April.
3 months. So you basically didn't post anything for 3 months, but of course if you would do this regularly, then you could also
Exactly. So
learn and improve.
I lost my time. So if I had any progress at the beginning of the year,
Yeah.
I kind of lost all the progress because I stopped doing it.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's just we are losing.
And the thing is that coming back after, for example, 2-3 months not posting is really difficult because you have to get yourself again in this mood of writing. Or if you want to post on Instagram and you take a break, then after a break it's even more difficult to come back because your brain doesn't think it's necessary because you didn't do this for a couple of days, weeks, or months, and you are coming back with like you need extra effort to come back.
Exactly. You need extra effort. You lose all the progress you had before, and now you have to engage with your customers or the audience again. So it takes extra effort
and time again.
and time again. So you're not continue growing, but you're going few steps back.
Yeah.
Which is a pity, just because of the work you have done into it or like you have put into it. So when you start doing something, consistency is one factor that actually helps. You want it, you don't want it, you have to sit down and do it. Because after that, you would regret it and you would just be unmotivated because you have to start from zero, you won't see results, and it will be like, oh, why do I do this? And so on. For example, for me, LinkedIn is not so important. So I was like, it was not my priority, but it was still in my back head as something that I want to do and I need to do it. I need to get there.
And once you start it again, it's gonna go now faster. So for example, if you will post regularly within next 2 months, then the third month might be really easy for you.
Exactly.
Because you already know the pattern, you know what you want to write there, you maybe can schedule some posts. So for example, now you need 2 hours, just an example, 2 hours to write one post, but within 3 months maybe you need 2 hours to write 4 or 6 posts.
Exactly. So it's like you become better at the skill. It's just a skill you learn and you do better and better. It's like workouts. You do a plank for 20 seconds this week, you do a plank for 40 seconds next week.
Yeah.
Just because you are doing it. We are all, that's the beauty of life. We all can become whoever we want to be, and we can all learn whatever we want to learn.
It's only our choice.
Exactly. It's like your own decision. You can literally live your life in the way you want to live, just putting some effort in making your principles and values and decide on your principles and values. If you want to be a person who is never late, you can be a person that is never late. It's just you leave a house 10 minutes earlier.
Yeah. And I also noticed that people give up really quickly.
Exactly.
So after 2-3 days that they are trying something out, they give up, and I don't get it. Like, I give up sometimes as well, but the key is to have vision and purpose, that you know that where you are going.
It's about motivation. It's about asking yourself why you are doing this if you don't see results.
You notice a picture where you have two flames, one for motivation and one for discipline. And the motivation one is sometimes going up really high and then down. And discipline is constantly, really, maybe not small, but medium, but constantly burning.
Yes.
This is really good example.
Discipline and consistency. This is what it takes us to become whoever we want to be.
Yeah.
We have to just to be honest, make rules of ourselves, discipline ourselves, and just go through and do it. And just do it.
And know approximately where you want to go. So you have a goal and you have the vision, or you have an idea, and you know that, okay, if I keep going, then this is gonna get me to my goal.
But it's also important to be flexible. I would put it just in my head. Like,
don't stick with one idea.
Stick with one idea, because sometimes what you think that might be the right or might be your goal, at the end it can not be. So it's you can realize that this is not it's not what you want to do. And you have to be flexible in order to see another opportunities, because when you are just focusing on something, you might miss out the whole picture, and you might miss out some opportunities that come to you, and you are just, because you are focused on something else, you just don't see it. Or you don't put it as a priority. So it's important sometimes to keep this open mind, and to know where you want to go, but in the same time, there is no just one way to achieve your goals. There is multiple ways to achieve your goal. So sometimes it can be that your way, it's not the best, but if you are keeping an open mind, you can see another way, which is faster and more efficient and better for you. And sometimes you start something, but you don't have one goal at the end, which is also good. It's not bad it's not that you always need to have one goal and then go from A to B. You can just start and see where this is gonna bring you. And maybe you will find a path while you're doing something. Exactly. So it's more about making the first step and being consistent of doing actions and taking decisions, accepting that you can have bad days, but then you still take an action step by step, small one, big one, small one, big one, and then step by step you are gonna get to your goal. Trying even during the days you hated to push through and to cheat your mind into, I do this for 5 minutes and after that I can go eat a pizza, which sometimes works, trust me. And I agree. So it's always like a perspective we handle the things. It's just, it's our decision to make it or to not. So it's everything is in our hands. And I think with this one, we will wish you luck on sticking to your goals and your plans and achieving them step by step, day by day. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye. See, you wanted shorter.